So this form of exercise is the best form of exercise for many reasons. And one of the reasons it gives the athletes an edge, one of the reasons it's going to give you an edge on your day, physically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, one of the reasons it does that is because not so much, well, definitely what's happening in high intensity, but what's also happening in recovery time. The more you do it, the stronger you will get. I don't know whether this has ever got easy. It's certainly easier than when I first started, but it's the recovery time shortens. So your recovery time is your fitness indicator.
Let me ask you something. Have you noticed it's getting just a little harder to do the things you used to do without thinking? Maybe standing up from your favorite chair takes more effort than it used to. Or perhaps walking to the mailbox feels more tiring than it did a few years ago. You're not imagining it. And most importantly, you're not alone. Here's the truth. After 60, our legs start losing strength, sometimes without us even realizing it. One day, we're climbing stairs just fine, and then suddenly, we're holding onto the railing a little tighter. It's frustrating, isn't it? But here's what most people don't tell you. This isn't just normal aging, and it doesn't have to be your future. The good news? Weak legs aren't inevitable. In fact, with the right steps, and trust me, they're simpler than you think, you can keep your legs strong, steady, and ready for all the things you love to do. Whether it's traveling, playing with your grandkids, or just moving around your home with confidence, it's all within your reach. In this video, we're going to uncover the 6 hidden reasons your legs might be getting weaker and exactly how to fight back. No gym memberships required, no crazy workouts, just practical, doable strategies that fit into your life. So if you're ready to take control of your strength, let's get started. Before we start, drop in the comments from where you are watching this video and what health topic you'd like to see in the next video. Also, as a special thank you for joining us today, we're giving away 100 free copies of Barbara's best-selling book to subscribers. So, if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and leave a comment about why you want to win Barbara's best-selling book.
Because the muscles are so weak, and they're weak through lack of use, they're weak through lack of hydration, they're weak through lack of proper nourishment, they're weak through not being able to rest at night. So here we have it, tick, 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 all of these. They're weak because we're not getting the sunshine to get the vitamin D, to allow all the minerals into the cell. So all of that. They're mouth breathing, so they're not getting enough oxygen.
The vital importance of maintaining leg strength after 60. Your legs serve as the foundation for nearly every physical movement you make. They allow you to stand upright, walk across a room, climb stairs, and maintain your balance. After reaching 60 years of age, the strength of your legs becomes increasingly important for preserving your independence and overall quality of life. When your legs remain strong, you can continue performing daily activities without assistance. You can rise from a chair without pushing off with your arms. You can step in and out of the bathtub without needing grab bars. You can walk through grocery store aisles without relying on a shopping cart for support. These may seem like small things, but they represent the difference between self-sufficiency and dependence. Your natural fall protection system. Strong leg muscles provide crucial protection against falls, which become more dangerous as we age. Well-developed quadriceps and hamstrings help you recover your balance when you stumble. Powerful calf muscles allow you to lower yourself slowly if you do lose your footing. Adequate leg strength makes it possible to get up from the floor if you happen to fall. These physical capabilities significantly reduce your risk of serious injury. Your legs play an essential role in maintaining proper circulation throughout your body. The calf muscles function as a secondary circulatory pump, helping push blood back up toward your heart. When these muscles weaken, you may experience swelling in your ankles and feet. You might notice increased fatigue when standing for prolonged periods. Proper leg strength helps prevent blood from pooling in your lower extremities. The large muscle groups in your legs serve as important metabolic engines. They consume significant amounts of glucose during activity, helping regulate blood sugar levels. Maintaining leg muscle mass supports healthy insulin sensitivity. This metabolic function becomes increasingly important as we grow older.
In other words, whether you're 9 or 90, you can have a strong, fit, healthy body. It's not a bad idea to Google 100-year-old athletes and just have a look at what they're doing, because no one here is actually 100. My off-sider, Amelia, who worked with me for 5 years, she's a naturopath, she got married. She had a little app on her phone, just a photo of 2 women. Both of them were 80. One of them was overweight, hunched over with a walking stick, and the other one, she had like a sports bra crop top on and then jogging pants on, and you could count her abdominal muscles. She was, both of them were 80.
The consequences of neglect. The consequences of neglecting leg strength can be severe. What begins as slight difficulty rising from low seats may progress to needing assistance for basic mobility. Minor balance issues can develop into a fear of falling that limits your activities. Reduced physical activity leads to further muscle loss, creating a downward spiral of decreasing mobility. Medical research demonstrates that improvements in leg strength are possible at any age. Even individuals in their 90s can rebuild meaningful muscle mass through proper exercise. Targeted strength training can restore functional abilities that may have been lost. Consistent physical activity helps maintain the neural connections between brain and muscles. Your legs enable you to participate in life's meaningful moments. They allow you to play with grandchildren on the floor and get back up again. They make it possible to travel and explore new places. They let you continue living in your own home without modifications. These capabilities deserve your attention and care. Understanding why leg strength declines with age represents the first step toward maintaining your mobility. The natural aging process affects muscles, nerves, and joints in specific ways. Recognizing these changes allows you to take appropriate action to counteract them. With proper knowledge and consistent effort, you can preserve your leg strength and independence for years to come. The belief that weakness inevitably accompanies aging is simply untrue. While some changes occur naturally, dramatic loss of strength and mobility often results from inactivity rather than age alone. By taking proactive steps to care for your legs, you can maintain an active, independent lifestyle well into your later years.
God designed that this living machinery be in daily activity, and in that activity is its preserving power. So what's a preservative? It's something that stops you going bad or off. And when I meet people in their latter years of life who are looking very good, I already know they must be exercising. And remember, muscle knows no age. Whether you're 9 or 90, you can have strong muscles.
What comes next? The following section will explain in detail the 6 primary reasons leg strength diminishes after 60. This knowledge will help you understand exactly what happens to your muscles and joints as you age. More importantly, it will prepare you to take specific actions to preserve and even rebuild your strength. Your legs carry you through every day of your life. They deserve the same care and attention you give to other important aspects of your health. With proper understanding and maintenance, they can continue serving you well for many years to come. The time to take action is now, before small weaknesses become significant limitations. The power to maintain your mobility and independence remains in your hands, or more accurately, in your legs. What you do today will determine how freely you can move tomorrow. This isn't about fighting aging, but rather about making the most of the capabilities you still possess. Your future mobility depends on the choices you make right now. Reason 1. The silent muscle loss. Let's talk about the first reason your legs might feel weaker. And this one happens so quietly, you may not even notice it at first. After age 30, most of us begin losing small amounts of muscle year after year. It's like having a savings account where the balance slowly drops without you making withdrawals. By the time we reach 60, we could have 30–40% less muscle than we did in our younger years. That's why tasks that used to feel easy, like standing up from a chair or carrying groceries, suddenly require more effort. Here's what's tricky. Your body doesn't sound an alarm when this happens. There's no pain, no sudden weakness, just a gradual shift where you might catch yourself saying, "I need to take the stairs more slowly," or "I'll let someone else lift that." And because it happens bit by bit, we often chalk it up to just getting older. But here's the important truth. This muscle loss isn't inevitable. In fact, research shows that even in our 70s, 80s, and beyond, we can rebuild strength. The key? Giving our muscles the right kind of signals. And we'll talk about exactly how to do that in just a little bit. Reason 2. Your nerves aren't talking like they used to. Now let's talk about something you might not have considered. Your nerves aren't sending messages as quickly as they once did. Imagine your brain is a busy post office and your legs are waiting for important mail. Over the years, that delivery system slows down. The signals that tell your muscles when to move just don't travel as fast as they used to. This is why you might notice little changes in your movements. Maybe your foot doesn't lift quite as high when you step over something. Or perhaps you've caught yourself hesitating for just half a second before taking a step. It's not that you're becoming clumsy. It's that the messages between your brain and legs are getting delayed, like a text message that takes longer to deliver. What's fascinating is that this slowdown affects your balance too. Those tiny adjustments your body used to make automatically, the ones that kept you steady on uneven ground or when turning quickly, now happen just a bit slower. That's why you might feel less sure on your feet than you remember being. But here's the hopeful part. Just like you can train your muscles, you can train these nerve pathways too. Simple exercises can help speed up those signals again. In fact, many people notice improvements in just a few weeks once they start the right kind of practice. We'll cover exactly how to do that when we get to the solutions.
So the other is early nights. Your legs need a good 8 hours. So you want these legs elevated for 8 hours a night. And whenever the legs are painful, you can do an ice massage. And what ice massages do is they greatly reduce the inflammation, and if you can reduce the inflammation, you reduce the swelling and you reduce the pain. Most pain is due to inflammation. So maybe you've been on the legs longer than you should have been. Maybe the footwear is not the great. Maybe it just happened you're on the cement all day. You've had a long day, you didn't have a good night the night before, and they're aching. Well, elevate them, and while you're elevating them, just massage with ice.
Reason 3. Your joints aren't moving as smoothly as before. Let's talk about something many of us notice, but don't always connect to weaker legs. Your joints just don't glide like they used to. Think of a well-oiled door hinge that's been left out in the weather. Over time, without proper care, it becomes stiff and creaky. That's exactly what happens to our knees and hips as the years go by. The fluid that keeps joints moving smoothly begins to decrease. The cartilage, that soft cushion between bones, wears down a little. You might notice this as stiffness when you first get up in the morning or a bit of discomfort going up and down stairs. What's tricky is that this stiffness actually changes how you move. Without realizing it, you start taking shorter steps. You might avoid bending down as much. Here's the important thing to understand. When joints don't move through their full range, the muscles around them actually get weaker. It's like having a bicycle that's hard to pedal. Eventually, your legs tire out faster because they're working against resistance. But here's the good news that surprises many people. The right kind of movement can actually help your joints feel better. It's not about pushing through pain, but rather gently reminding your joints how to move smoothly again. In our solutions section, I'll show you exactly how to do this in ways that feel comfortable and safe.
Exercise is very, very important to move the blood and the lymph through the legs. Our venous system is the system that takes blood away from the extremities back to the heart. The arterial system takes the blood away from the heart to the extremities. So you don't get varicose arteries, do you? You get varicose veins. So it's the system that goes back up to the heart. And that's a long way away from the heart. And we have a second heart. And that second heart is designed to pump the venous system, and that's our calf muscles. So basically just springing on your toes like this, just that springing action is causing your calf muscles to flex, relax, and that gets the blood back up to the heart.
Reason 4. Your blood isn't fueling your muscles like it once did. Here's something that might surprise you. Your blood circulation changes as you get older, and this directly affects your leg strength. Think of your bloodstream like a delivery service for your muscles. When you were younger, it worked like an express courier, delivering oxygen and nutrients quickly and efficiently. But over time, those delivery routes can narrow slightly, and the process slows down. This is why you might notice your legs feeling tired sooner than they used to. Maybe you're walking the same distance you always have, but now you find yourself needing to rest more often. Or perhaps your legs feel heavy after standing for a while. It's not that you're out of shape, it's that your muscles aren't getting their fuel delivery as efficiently as before. What's especially important to understand is that circulation affects muscle recovery too. After activity, it takes longer for your legs to feel refreshed because the system that removes waste products isn't working quite as fast. This can create a cycle where you feel less inclined to be active, which then makes the circulation situation worse. But here's the encouraging part. There are simple, enjoyable ways to improve your circulation at any age. And the benefits go far beyond just your legs. Better circulation helps your whole body. In our solutions section, I'll share some surprisingly easy activities that can get your blood moving better, many of which you can do while sitting down if needed. Reason 5. Your balance system isn't as sharp. There's another hidden factor weakening your legs that most people never consider. Your balance system isn't as precise as it once was. This isn't just about preventing falls, though that's important. Your sense of balance actually plays a crucial role in maintaining leg strength. Deep inside your ears, you have tiny sensors that work like a carpenter's level, constantly telling your brain about your body's position. After 60, these sensors become slightly less accurate, like a level that's gotten a little rusty. Your joints and muscles also send less precise position signals to your brain. This means your brain has to work harder just to keep you steady. Here's how this affects your leg strength. When your balance isn't perfect, you unconsciously move differently. You take shorter steps. You tense your muscles more. You avoid movements that feel unsteady. Over time, these small changes mean your legs don't get the full range of motion and challenge they need to stay strong. It's like only ever driving in first gear. Your engine never gets properly exercised. The good news: specific balance exercises can actually retrain this system. Better yet, improving your balance automatically helps you move more confidently, which then helps maintain leg strength. We'll show you simple ways to sharpen your balance in our solutions section, many of which you can do while holding onto a chair for support.
Something else that the rebounder can help, and that is balance. A lot of people say my balance is not good. Now your balance is set by the bottom of your feet and the intricate little mechanisms in your ears. So when you rebound, and if you're not sure, remember, just start like this, and if you need to get something to hold on to, certainly do. But when you're rebounding, the bottom of your feet and your mechanisms, your ears, are constantly adjusting. It helps with your balance. And of course, the better you get at it, the higher you can leap.
Reason 6. Your body responds differently to inactivity now. This final reason might be the most surprising of all. Your body now reacts completely differently to sitting and resting than it did when you were younger. In your 40s or 50s, you could take a few days off and bounce right back. But after 60, even short periods of inactivity can lead to noticeable changes in your leg strength. Think of your muscles like a diligent workforce. When they don't receive their regular assignments, they don't just wait patiently, They actually start downsizing. After just a few days of reduced activity, your muscles begin adjusting to the lower demands by becoming slightly weaker. What used to take weeks now happens in days. You've probably experienced this without realizing it. Remember how a short illness or bad weather that kept you indoors for a while made everything feel harder afterward? That wasn't just your imagination. Your muscles were literally adapting to doing less. The scary part is that this happens faster than we expect, and regaining what was lost takes more effort than maintaining it did. But here's the empowering truth. Small amounts of the right kind of movement can make a huge difference. You don't need to train like an athlete. You just need consistent, smart activity that tells your muscles they're still needed. In our solutions section, I'll show you how just minutes a day can maintain and even rebuild your strength.
God designed that this living machinery be in daily activity, and in that activity is its preserving power. So what's a preservative? It's something that stops you going bad or off. And when I meet people in their latter years of life who are looking very good, I already know they must be exercising. And remember, muscle knows no age. Whether you're 9 or 90, you can have strong muscles.
Your leg strength comeback story. Now that we have covered the reasons why your legs become weaker after 60, we can talk about how to prevent this and also how to get your leg strength back. 1. The chair that changed everything. Let me tell you about Martha, a 72-year-old who thought her weak legs were just part of getting old. Then her physical therapist gave her one life-changing tip. Your chair is your gym. Martha started doing what I call stealth exercises, movements disguised as everyday actions. While waiting for her morning coffee to brew, she'd place both hands on the kitchen counter and practice sitting down slowly, then standing up just a bit faster. At first, she needed to push with her hands, but after 2 weeks, she could do it hands-free while counting the coffee drips. Here's her magic routine. Morning 3, sit to stands before breakfast, holding counter if needed. Noon, seated marches during her favorite afternoon show, 10 per leg. Evening, heel raises while brushing teeth, 5 slow lifts. Within a month, Martha caught herself bounding up from the sofa without thinking. My legs remembered how to be young again, she told me.
Anyone who's flown knows that they always advise when you're sitting on the plane for long periods of time, you've got to move your feet like this. You've got to move your feet round and round, because when you move your feet like that, you can probably see my calf muscle flexing, relaxing, flexing, relaxing. That's your second heart. That's the muscle that pumps that venous system to come back. So if you do have to spend a few hours on your feet, try and spend a little bit of time doing this. You might even do that for a couple of minutes every half hour to get that second heart pumping away.
2. Grandpa Joe's daily adventures. My friend Joe, 68, never exercises. But he's stronger than men, 20 years younger thanks to what I call ninja movements, strength-building tricks hidden in daily life. Every morning, Joe plays what he calls the floor is lava game. Newspaper retrieval. Instead of bending from the waist, he does a TV squat, lowering slowly like sitting in an invisible chair to pick it up. 2. Mail time. He takes the long way around his house, adding 20 extra steps. 3. Commercial breaks. During ads, he stands and balances on one leg, holding his recliner for safety. It's not exercise, Joe winks. It's just living smarter. Last month, he carried his granddaughter piggyback through the zoo, something he couldn't do 2 years ago. Chapter 3. The bedtime ritual that rebuilt her legs. Sarah, 65, thought her weak legs were permanent after her knee replacement. Then she discovered nighttime healing, every evening after dinner. 1. Window shopping, walks, slow laps around her living room, counting lampposts she imagines. 2. Pillow talk, lying on her back, she presses knees into a pillow for 10 seconds to wake up sleepy thigh muscles. 3. Moonlight protein, a small bowl of cottage cheese with cinnamon before bed. The changes came so gradually I almost missed them, Sarah said. Then one day I realized I'd been standing at the stove cooking for 30 minutes without needing to sit down. So in conclusion, if you neglect your leg strength after 60 and you risk surrendering your independence one gradual loss at a time, until one day even standing up becomes a battle. But this fate isn't inevitable. Your legs are not just parts of your body, they are the pillars of your independence, the engines of your freedom, and the foundation of every adventure still to come. Each step you take today is a promise to your future self, a vow that you won't surrender to the myth that aging means decline. Weakness is not your destiny. With knowledge, action, and perseverance, you can defy expectations, reclaim strength, and continue writing your story on your own terms. The road ahead is yours to walk. Stand tall, step forward, and never stop moving toward the life you deserve. Your strongest chapters are still unwritten. And that's it again for today, guys. If you found this video helpful, share it with someone you care about. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more tips on living your healthiest life. Thank you for watching. And as always, stay informed, stay healthy.